Did you know that today is the last Tuesday in the month of May? Holy crap. Where has the time gone? Better start thinking about Christmas dinners. We need to, why, don't wait. We're in the season for high school seniors to start walking the walk. Hope they'll be able to talk the talk when the time comes. And for you young folks out there, while you're planning your futures, and since you're not even listening to us right now, maybe your parents or grandparents will sit you down and offer to you what I'm about to say. They will understand. You won't. Not yet. My advice to all graduating seniors this year: enjoy the days ahead. Treasure each and every minute of every day while there are still 36 hours in each day for you, 7 weekdays in each week, and about 40 days in every month, 43 every leap year. As the years go by, the number of those days will dwindle until one day you too will wonder how we ended up in the last week of May when we barely left January. One day you will understand. One day, before you know it, like I'm going to be doing in 2 weeks, if you were lucky, as I have been, you'll be attending the 60th anniversary of your high school graduating class. Little did I even think this far ahead back in 1966. I guess I'm lucky. A lot of my classmates are no longer with us. At our last reunion, the 50th, only 10 years ago, I looked around, recognized many of the folks, checked out name tags that looked very familiar. Sad to think that this could be the last reunion we have together. Little did I think 10 years ago that would be the last reunion that I would have with at least a dozen of my classmates. Our numbers are smaller, and you can bet the same thought will be with every one of us who make it until the 13th this year. Where did all the time go?
Oh, no, really.
So enjoy it while you can. Don't wait until that time has slipped away. Good morning. The preceding message is about the last serious thing that I will say today. And maybe those folks will be the last serious words for me for the rest of the year, if not forever. I'm Rayford Brown, your deplorable host for the first hour of Live and Local Real Talk.
My goodness, what a way to open. And I am Lee Barrels, and so glad to be here. It's on this sunny, maybe Tuesday.
Partly sunny.
Less rain today,
yeah.
less rain, less chances. Boy, it rained good yesterday.
Well, I didn't get a whole lot.
I got a downpour a couple times.
You know what I was thinking when I was looking at rain and all the weather? I did not get as much here as you got. And
right.
Some other places got more than you got.
That's just the way it works.
That's just the way it does work. But I was thinking that it's kind of like oh God, she can't hear me now, but because she's over traveling somewhere in Europe. But I never forget the Christmas morning she got up, all excited to go in and see what Santa left under the tree, because that's the way the family did it. They didn't wrap Santa Claus gifts. You got personal gifts from your parents, but Santa's gifts were always from Santa, and they were just thrown out under the tree.
Oh, I see.
That's the way it was.
Everybody does it different.
Yeah. But she went out and she looked and went through everything that was there. And she said, I didn't get a whole lot, but I really like what I got. She's about 7 or 8, 9 years old, something like that.
That's so cute.
And I was thinking about that with the rain. We didn't get a whole lot, but I really do like what we got.
Yes. Well, I liked what we got yesterday. Now, I will tell you, at the memorial service at the Veterans Cemetery, there was a couple sprinkles that started up, and they had a lot of tents. Thank you very much.
Planes flying over, they just opened up their stuff and dropped it.
But they stopped as soon as they started, and so we all got through it very well. It was very humid, though.
Oh, it was. I walked outside yesterday. It was humid. Lots of moisture in the air.
Yes, but it was a very nice service. The Purple Heart, 642 here in Onslow County. They did an excellent job. Good. It was very, very nice.
Good. And, empty chairs.
Yes, there was 2 rows of empty chairs up front, So I took advantage and sat in them.
All of them?
Not all of them, but the North Carolina State Auditor, Dave Bulliak, was there, so I sat with him.
Okay, that's good.
And, so it was nice. It was nice, and I sat next to Mallory Armstrong, which works in Congressman Murphy's local office here, so she was there. And so it was a very nice ceremony. It was a little humid. We had one of the young Marines, she active duty Marine. There's a difference between young Marines and active duty. But she...
What's the difference?
Well, there is a Young Marines organization, which are young people, 15, 16, 17, 18 years of age. In fact, my dad is the one that started the Young Marines here in Roseville County.
They're not Marines, though, are they?
No, they are. It's a club. It's like Boy Scouts or something like that.
Now,
But it's
I got you.
Young Marines, and they're dressed in uniform, and they would line both sides for the honor guard to walk through, which the honor guard was active duty young people, in the Marine Corps. And one of the ladies, God bless her heart, she passed out from the heat. But let me tell you,
she's not the first, and she won't be the last.
No. But let me tell you, for those that are listening that know Sergio Garcia, he's a retired Marine, very active in a lot of the organizations. He's standing there with his T-shirt and shorts and his ball cap when she went down, and the Red Cross came running over to tend to her right away. She's fine. She just had a moment. But he picked that flag up and got right in line with those Marines. And when they had to retire the colors and do their walk-off, he was right there with them right in step. Sergio saved the day, but it was really good. But it was a great crowd. Good. It was very nice, and congratulations. I don't know if you say congratulations to him, but Purple Heart did an excellent job.
Well, yeah, congratulations to him.
Yes.
Good job.
Good job.
Attaboy.
Good job. Attaboys.
Attawomen.
And it was nice to see a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a while.
Yeah.
So it was nice. It was very well done.
Folks in formation, or like they are, I've watched them drop on parade fields.
Right.
Oh my God! And they stand out there in a unit, and they're told in advance. The younger, the more often they collapse.
Yes.
They don't lock your knees back.
Yeah.
When you're standing, not necessarily at attention itself, but parade rest or whatever. And people have a habit. You could just rock your knees back.
I don't know whether she had her knees locked or not. But she was holding that flag, which is heavy. And the wind was whipping.
But when you lock the knees back, there's some circulation issues, and there's all sorts of stuff that happens.
But she was fine. They sat her down and got her some water and cooled her down, and then she was fine. So I am so glad she was okay.
Yeah, me too.
We're all watching the honor guard because they're getting ready, and then poof, we're all like, what just happened?
What are y'all? We all just like, oh, that's right. You wasn't them NASCAR girls. You go to watch the crashes. Okay.
Heck yeah, that's all part of it. And I do want to say, we're speaking of NASCAR, I just want to throw this out. No, I just want to throw it out real quick. This weekend in Charlotte, it was the Memorial Day tribute to that NASCAR dad.
Did they ever finish that race?
Yes, it was 11:29 at night.
Evening.
And they had like 23 laps to go, and it started raining, and they just called it. And the young man that won the race, Daniel Suarez, he had made mention earlier in the day that he wanted to win the race for the memory of Kyle Busch. And when he won it, he actually just busted down crying. But I'm going to tell you what, I commend NASCAR for what they did in memory of Kyle Busch, who recently passed away unexpectedly, one of their drivers, and how they were still able to focus on the Memorial Day celebrations.
Sure, absolutely.
So they did a fantastic job. It was a tearjerker the first hour of the pre-show. Anybody watching it would have just sat there sobbing. I did. And I had all my friends text me, I'm sobbing. I'm right there with you, because it was very touching. And they did a great job keeping everything in focus and not forgetting Memorial Day. So excellent job, NASCAR.
Yep. I like that. Heard about it a lot yesterday.
Yes.
Various news channels.
I
was grazing.
Well, the wife of Kyle Busch and her son and daughter, they actually came out onto the field and along with his brother and the parents, and it was extreme. She had a lot of guts to come out there and do that, because I don't think Kyle's even been there yet, but the whole NASCAR nation supports her. So it was, like I said, it was an extremely touching.
So good.
And actually, it was now right now. They go through different periods, different providers, but it's on Amazon now. So if you wanted to watch the race, you had to have Amazon Prime.
Well, but you've already told me who won. Why would I want to watch the race?
No, I never watch a race that's already been won. But I'm just saying, for right now, there's going to be a period of time where it's going to be shown, excuse me, on Amazon. And they did a great job.
But if I watch it now, I know who won. So
for future races, Rayford, for the next 10 races, however many that Amazon has contracted to.
Well, I understand. But
broadcast.
After each one of those races, if I watch it on Amazon.
No, I'm talking watch it live on
Amazon.
Amazon.
It will be live on Amazon Prime.
Well, how else do you think they're going to run it?
Replay. You just said they were going. It's on right now.
No, well, you know what I meant. Amazon.
I did not know what you meant. I thought they were replaying it or something.
Oh, yeah, you can go in there and watch a replay of it anytime. Because that's the way it is on those like Netflix.
Yeah.
If you miss something, you can go back and watch it later.
But you know who won.
Yes. But there's people who do that. I don't. If I already know who won, I'm not watching.
I'm going to watch that crash in slow motion again and again and again and again. Yeah.
And then next week, guess what we have coming? No, not next. Yeah, next week.
What?
The end of next week, Big Rock starts.
And also there is,
and you can watch that live too.
And there is also not from the boats. One of these days, somebody's going to do a Saturday.
They did that last year. They did that last year. They actually did interviews from Big Rock Landing to some of the boat captains.
I got that, but I'm talking about actual catching
live.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, they'll show it after the fact.
Which one of the 200 boats would you put a cam and a satellite system on?
I don't know, but I told you, I've already met one of the crew members. Well, he's not crew, he's a fisherman with a Puerto Rican, so I have to follow him.
The driver of a car that crossed the center line in Carteret County Saturday night died when his car crashed head-on into a minivan. He crossed the center line. Happened about 6:30 in the evening. 39-year-old Halala. I can't do it. Villarreal was dead at the scene. The driver and passenger in the van were taken to a hospital for treatment. Their injuries are not life-threatening. We don't have any other information at this point. Tragic news.
It is terrible. I have real quick, Rayford. Yesterday, this was mentioned, and it's mentioned again this morning by Richard. Rayford, did you get a tower?
I have a tower, but it hasn't been erected yet.
No, Richard, are you talking about a radio tower? Or are you talking about his tower to hide in?
Huh?
Some men have men caves, others have towers.
I would want a bunker. If I'm going to hide, I need a bunker.
Richard, he's got a tower. He's not put it up yet.
No, yeah, I got my buddy David is working on getting it erected for me.
Very good. Very good. Okay.
50-footer right here.
So we'll go back to the wreck now. Sorry.
No, the wreck's over. Floyd Pond Lane.
I know where that's at.
I don't. I don't know exactly where it is.
Down yonder.
Onslow deputies have responded to calls in the past of lewd behavior in that area. Well, Saturday, responding again, the call was that a man exposed himself to 3 children. This time, the deputies were able to locate and arrest 40-year-old Matthew Shannon. He's hanging out inside the Onslow County bed and breakfast and will remain there until he comes up with $50,000 for his bail. Shannon is officially charged with exposing his private parts to 3 kids, one 10 years old, one 7 years old, and one 4 years old. The official charge, indecent exposure.
Why are we seeing so much of that lately?
Details in the warrant for his arrest indicate that Shannon uses methamphetamine And
There
when
you
he's high, he goes outside without his clothes and dances around. He has a criminal history with the Department of Corrections, including drug possession, a felony where he was awarded a slap on the wrist again, which was a suspended sentence, and a couple misdemeanors that netted him nut money. Not sure what's less than a slap on the wrist. In that area of the county, y'all never been there, his punishment could be a little bit more severe the next time. They don't know.
I mean,
You better take your dope and you better go somewhere else.
I just don't get it.
Don't do it.
In front of children.
Some men, and I use that term with reservations quite often, have absolutely no self-esteem and obvious feeling that they cannot compete with real men in this world. A male specimen who has to resort to conning teenage girls more than 10 years younger than he is for sex is not a man, not by my definition. 24-year-old Patrick Kelly Jr., I'm sure that Senior is not feeling great about this status, was arrested by Pasquotank Sheriff's detectives over the weekend and charged with 2 counts of statutory rape, 3 counts of taking indecent liberties with a minor, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. He's not in the Pasquotank County Jail. They moved him over to the Albemarle County Jail, and he's there without benefit of bond. The sheriff's office received a report of rape 2 weeks ago, investigated and arrested Kelly after obtaining warrants. These kinds of, 24 years old with somebody under 15. Dude. Does the letter L, should that be tattooed on his forehead? If he's guilty, he may not be guilty. Who knows? These people are losers.
Yeah,
You've got to have no self-esteem whatsoever.
I don't know, Rayford. It's just like this past weekend started off kind of crazy around town with different incidents, wrecks, fights, knifings, and I just said I'm staying in the house. I'm not even going out.
I went to go pick up some hamburger buns yesterday. That was it, Jack.
Well, let me tell you what, everyone. Let me go ahead and give you a travel advisory for this morning, because evidently our young service people are heading back to base today after a long weekend, and the traffic was a little dicey this morning. It was like being it was like being at Daytona this morning.
It was like Jacksonville again early morning, right?
Yes.
So we're back.
Yeah, we're back. The traffic's back. So just take your time and look. If somebody wants to race around you or what, just let them go. Just let them go.
Yeah, quite often you'll see them soon, either with blue lights behind them or
Yes.
rolled over down the ditch somewhere.
Yes.
Happens.
And I'm going to tell you what, out here on Commerce Road, when they opened up that new extension here, that you can go from Country Club to Commerce to Western,
Tell me about it.
it's 25 miles an hour, everyone.
Yes, and the ghost cars do park themselves.
There's ghost cars out there. I see them all the
Let
time.
me give you a little hint. A lot of people will go by a radar. They see the guy working radar up ahead, right? So they slow down. They
Right.
get on by him, then they take off. Jacksonville PD, they've gotten wise,
They're very smart.
and they have put 2 cars out there at different locations. So if you
Black
get
pickup.
by one,
You got to get
and then
by
you
the other.
take off, and you
Uh-huh.
say, "I'm good to go. I'm running 45 down to 25." Dadgummit. Yes, he's coming after me. Just pull over, and don't ask him why he stopped you,
Right.
because you're not stupid.
Yeah.
If you don't know why he stopped you, then
You know why he stopped
do not
you.
need a driver's license.
You know why.
It's a trick question. Do you know
Do
how
you know
fast
why
you
I
were going?
stopped you?
Is a trick question.
Right.
Because if you say, "No, I don't," well, then I can write the ticket for anything I want, can't I? You're running 93 in our 25 zone.
No, sir. I was only running 89.
If you don't know how fast you were going,
Right.
then I can put down anything on this ticket I want, right?
Yes.
Dummy.
That's true. And how are you going to argue it then?
No, because, Your Honor, he said he did not have any clue how fast he was going.
I have no clue. Fast?
So think about that.
No, this is what you say. How fast do you think I was going?
No. I'm sorry.
What does your machine say?
I did not look at the speedometer. I don't know exactly how fast I was going. Obviously, I was running too fast, or you wouldn't have stopped me. And go from there, and you'll be a lot better off.
I will tell you, during my travels, when I have to leave Onslow, I've been taking Gumbranch to Richlands now. Such a difference with them lowering the speed limit all the way to Richlands. Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah, you can still get there the same amount of time.
Yes.
Without people.
I know. It seems to have calmed the traffic down. So good job, DOT.
I'm having an issue.
Yes.
I got mainly by the mental things that I got going.
Okay.
So I'm having a salt attack.
A salt attack.
A salt attack. More accurately, I'm in need. I'm in really a lot of need of a saltwater spray assault. Been way too long since I've ventured offshore. Not much of a chance since the events of a couple of years ago, but with the assistance and care of a really nice humanitarian here in Jacksonville, David, I might be zipping across our beautiful coastal waters soon. This week, elevated southwesterly winds, though, are going to keep the ocean a little obnoxious. That's my personal little boat advisory for the day. Little boats, probably you don't want to go out there. Today, up to 60 nautical miles, southwesterly winds around 15 knots, seas 4 to 5 feet. A slight chance of thunderstorms this morning, plus the daily chance of showers. Wednesday, tomorrow, southwesterly winds 15 to 20. Gusts up to 25 knots in the afternoon. Seas going to be humping up on hump day, 5 to 6 footers. A slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning. Thursday, westerly winds 20 to 25 knots, diminishing to 10 to 15 in the afternoon. Seas 4 to 6, showers likely with a chance of thunderstorms. Friday and Saturday are looking a little bit better on the ocean, but stay tuned for updates as you begin making plans for the weekend. And don't forget, those plans are subject to change, and you need
just like the weather.
You need to be able to abort at any time, including before you cross the bar going into the ocean. Okay, you get there and you see white water here to the left of me, and white water to the right of me, and white water in front of me. Oh, I'm going to go back inside and go get. I'm going to stop at a restaurant and get some food.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Today, there is a chance of showers and thunderstorms. Partly sunny with a high near 88. Southwest wind 5 to 9 miles per hour with gusts as high as 15. Tomorrow, a chance of showers with thunderstorms, partly sunny, and a high near 91. And Thursday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 90. We do have beach hazards in effect right now. It's a beach hazard statement remains in effect through this evening. Dangerous rip currents, the beaches from Cape Hatteras to Surf City, all the way through this evening, and rip currents can sweep even the best swimmers away from shore into deeper waters.
Absolutely.
So be cautious. I did hear a story, somebody disappeared. It wasn't, I believe it was South Carolina. I'm going to check it out.
A question was posted on one of those internet things that I usually respond to with smart, eloquent responses,
Yes,
but the question,
you're good at that, yes.
The question was posed, how many licensed gun owners are there in the United States? Licensed, okay? There's a difference in everybody who possesses and people who have licenses. So it's an interesting question, and I looked it up. Well, here, breaking it down, there are 1.35 million members of our armed forces on active duty.
Okay.
I would think you could consider them licensed, right? Got it?
Right.
There are more than 737,000 sworn federal, state, and local law enforcement officers. All of these people carry guns, and they're licensed to do so. There are an estimated right now, 15 million, it could be more, licensed hunters in the United States.
Okay.
Some are devout bow hunters, but most hunt with rifles, pistols, and that's right, yeah, they hunt with pistols and shotguns. Most of the hunters use either rifles, pistols, or shotguns. Even among the avid bow hunters, it's likely you'll find that most also own one or more guns. There are currently more than 21 million licensed men and women who have conceal and carry permits who actively carry a gun. Oh, maybe not on their person, but in their possession.
Right.
21 million. 21 million licensed men and women in these United States who have conceal and carry permits. There is no way of knowing how many people there are in states that permit people to carry concealed legally. There are a lot of states that do that. You don't have to have a concealed carry permit. Oh, likewise, there's no way of knowing how many people open carry handguns. States that allow you to walk around with a sidearm and a holster that's not concealed, also growing, and they don't have a permit to do it.
Right.
So we don't know about these people, whether the licensure, that doesn't play into effect here. What you might find interesting is that the sheer numbers of licensed hunters far outnumbers the members of our armed military personnel. Think about it, the hunters. 15 million, 1.35 million members of our military active duty. 15 million hunters.
It's a lot of people.
We've got a lot of guns in our country with people who have licenses. Plus all the others. All the others. The number of conceal and carry permits continues to grow.
Understandably.
It also outnumbers both the military personnel and the number of hunters.
Shoo-wee.
Don't forget the grandpa and grandma who never carried anyone anywhere, or maybe they do. They've had a gun in the glove compartment for decades. They drive around with it, especially when you get down to Texas and Oklahoma. People talk about Texans being armed. Oklahoma, oh, there's some good old boys in Oklahoma. And it just give a thought to some of the southern Louisiana. Oh my, there are a lot of people in this country that carry guns. One of the reasons, one of the questions was posed to, and I forgot which one of the Japanese bigwigs it was right after World War II. Why did the Japanese not invade the United States, come onto its shores with men? Because his response was simple. In the United States, this is in 1946 even, in the United States, he replied something along the lines, behind every blade of grass is a man with a gun.
Yes.
We outnumber the people who are not members of our military. We outnumber pretty much the members of any army in the world. And that's not including the good old boys.
Wow.
I'm glad of that. That's part of why we're still free. It keeps us free. And we want to be free. Now, we have a story that you sent too about a woman with a knife.
Yes, I was going to bring that up, but I'm glad you have it. Go ahead.
She's got arrested behind bars. Police say she assaulted another woman using a knife. Using a knife. You don't have to have guns to go to jail when you do something that you're not supposed to be doing. 67-year-old Brenda K. Duncan was arrested Sunday. Jacksonville PD said she assaulted another person with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury. According to the arrest warrants, Ms. Duncan allegedly assaulted a female victim with a knife and caused serious injuries. After her arrest, she was taken to the county jailhouse, and she's in there without benefit of bond. She likely will have her first appearance today, since courts were closed yesterday. And we'll have to find out exactly what's happening. Don't know. So we'll take a look, see. I'm sure we will find out more today after she gets to court.
I have that story for you. Let me, and I just X'd out of it. But the story about this happened Monday. A missing, oh, they haven't recovered his body. Okay. What happened was Monday, there was a man that jumped off a boat into the water and was never seen again. And I just read their tips on this. I have no clue, but it said South Carolina emergency crews are continuing a search Tuesday, which is today, for a swimmer who went missing in Lake Wiley near Tega Cay Monday night. And this is in Rock Creek, South Carolina. The man just jumped off the boat and just disappeared. That's Charlie. Anyway, I just saw the news story where it says that his body has been located, but I guess he was out there swimming with with some people. It doesn't really go into detail, but you might not want to be jumping off boats in waters you aren't familiar with. Well, that's just crazy.
I don't. Was he in calm water? Was he in the ocean or what?
He was in a lake. Oh
my.
Yes, and they said that Tega Cay is close to a dam. The area for the search is about 30 feet deep.
Ouch. Deep water.
Sounds like to me maybe some.
Okay, we got Charlie. Good morning, Charlie.
I hate the fact that you guys already know who I am.
Well, George, how are you doing this morning?
Yeah, I know. So this is probably going to be my second to last call. I've called into many different shows. I said sayonara, Pearl Harbor to many of them earlier. I might call in one more time after this conversation. But before listening to your podcast, I was listening to another podcast. I think they're in Indiana or Chicago, right on the border. And they were talking about the celebrations of Memorial Day. They were talking about wonderful food festivities. They were talking about hanging with their children. They were talking about this and that and this and that. And they took my call. Mm-hmm. And I said, listen, wonderful that you got to spend time with your loved ones and enjoy roller coaster rides, but what does that day mean to you? Like, let's say it was BLM Matters or LGBTQA Matters Day. Would you be celebrating or would you talk about how you're honoring them? They had nothing. And they basically accused me of being this, and this, and that. And they said, you know what, Charlie? All right, you got through what you wanted to get through. I didn't want to get through anything. People have died for our freedom in this country. I'm a ridiculous human being. There are millions, billions of human beings that have, I guess, existed since time, whatever. I'm very fortunate we live in this country. People have died. They fought, Hitler. They fought massive extremists. And I'm older, so now I recognize that. I guess when I was 14, 15, 16, 21, 22. Actually, at 21, 22, I was writing political comedy. But, it's just a day. Just honor that day, then go celebrate. I heard nothing from them.
Yeah. It's a shame.
The reason we do not say Happy Memorial Day to anyone, we don't do that. Happy Memorial. This is like saying, "Hey, happy day," at a funeral or something. You don't do that. That's not what you do. You recognize the day for what it is. It's a day of remembrance, a day to honor those who died in the service of this country. How simple is that?
You think about the suffering of your great-great-grandparents getting shot, suffering like in a field somewhere, like dying, no one is there to comfort them. I don't know. Listen, have a good day, but just honor them. Just partially honor them. Yeah. And these are individuals from other countries, this show that I was watching, and they don't care. And it just makes me wonder, 50 years from now, where will the United States of America be? Yeah.
It's something I consider every day.
All right, so I'm going to watch the show for the next hour or so. I may never call back again, or I may call back one more time. Take care.
Bye. Why does he do that?
Oh, no, but Rayford, there's a story that I did want to bring up, and this made me so mad. I've been following it a little bit on the national news, and we talk about veterans, we talk about Memorial Day. Well, there is a Democratic Senate candidate, Graham Plattner, who openly said that he was talking about this one veteran in particular, and resurfaced post on social media, which if you're going to run for something, you better clean up your social media and hope nobody's got pictures of old posts. But it showed him, Plattner, the candidate, calling this man and calling the army full of fat, lazy trash, and mocking a soldier who was shot multiple times in combat before receiving the Purple Heart. And this gentleman that he trashed said, I'm a decorated veteran, and people need to understand what serving in the Army costs me. Congestive heart failure, bilateral hearing loss, COPD, sleep apnea, high blood pressure, hypothyroidism, and PTSD. He was a Vietnam veteran who served in the Army's 173rd Airborne Brigade. And the 173rd Airborne Brigade is commonly referred to as the Herd, which is one of the first ground combat units to deploy to Vietnam and endured some of the most intensive fighting in Vietnam. But this gentleman says, I understand ridicule better than most. I was ridiculed for not only being a Vietnam veteran, but as a black man as well. I lost friends over there, and it still hurts to talk about them. I often ask God, why did you spare me and not my friends? But the whole point I'm trying to make is, who is this guy to trash a veteran, whether the veteran was shot, whether the veteran received a Purple Heart, regardless of what this veteran did? He is a veteran. He served in our military. And this scum wants to trash veterans, and he's challenging Senator Susan Collins in Maine. So, Susan, if you need some help working the polls, call me. Because I'll be glad to come up there and stand next to this candidate.
Would you spit on him accidentally?
Maybe a shoe. No, but I might like something could happen where I could accidentally trip him, not meaning to. Face plant him 4 times. 4 times. I might knock over his.
Oh God, you're too heavy. Wow.
Yes. Well, this guy has some military background, and he leaned heavily on his military background in pitching himself to the Maine voters. But the resurfaced posts that he made in his past is threatening to derail his campaign. Well, he needs to back out of he needs to quit. He needs to go home. He needs to go back to Home Depot or wherever he works, and he needs to just forget about running, because this is not who we need, regardless if you're Democrat or Republican. We don't need you in our Congress. We don't need you. Goodbye.
Yep. There's another one we don't need. Maureen Galindo. I think it was last week. She's running for, I forgot which office, but anyway, she's promised as part of her campaign, once I'm elected, I'm going to turn ICE detention facility here in Texas into a prison camp for former federal immigration agents and American Zionists. We talked about that last week.
Right. Yes, we did.
Tom Homan, borders are.
Right.
She's running for the House. He said, bring it.
That man right there, I wouldn't want to go up against
any.
If he wanted to cut in line at McDonald's, I'd be like, go ahead.
Let me help you out.
Go ahead.
Y'all get out of the way. He's coming through. He called her an idiot on national TV. And he says, I'm sick of the threats from some of these out-of-touch Democrats. He was just not real happy with the lady. I heard a suggestion over the weekend. It was probably from a comedian, but comedians come up with some of the best ideas there is. He needs to change the name of ICE. That's the problem. ICE is the problem. And, immigration and customs enforcement, right?
Right.
It needs to be changed to National Immigration and Customs Enforcement. National Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
NICE. Nice. That's right.
I'm a nice. Just put out.
I had NCIS in my mind for some
every
reason.
one of their jackets, their field, their raid jackets, whatever.
Right.
Nice agent
Nice agent.
instead of ice agent.
I like that.
That is probably one of the best things that I've heard yet.
Yes, I like that. That's a good one, Rayford. Yeah, I think so. Well, I want to go back to this guy for just a minute because here's the best part of what I'm talking about. It's not the best part, but this is what I'm referring to. This was all over a controversial post he made on Reddit. You know Reddit.
I don't.
2019, where he sharply criticized a soldier who was shot multiple times by the Taliban in 2012. This is what he said, and I can't repeat it word for word because we are a PG station. We're a family station. But he said, "Dumb mother, didn't deserve to live. At least his stupidity and fat backside, wheezing are available for all future infantrymen to witness and hold in contempt." He said, "Poor marksmanship on the Taliban's part is the only reason why this mouth breather made it home." Talking about the Army veteran who was shot by the Taliban. Now, I think we need to invite Mr. Plattner down here to good old Jacksonville, North Carolina.
We could get a few of our Marines together at the same time. Well, our wounded guys.
Right, because Camp Lejeune is part of the city of Jacksonville. I'm just saying.
Sergeant Major get it here if that happens.
We'll have the Sergeant Major in charge of this. Yes,
84-year-old Sergeant Major will toss him around.
Yeah, well,
I will swear it never happened.
But we need to invite him down here. We'll set him up a stage.
We'll set him up is right.
And he can get up there and speak his rhetoric because I guarantee you, it's Charlie.
Charlie's back.
Hey. People like that running for Congress.
Or is this George? This is George this time.
It's George.
Hey.
Hey.
Did he really? I think I read something about that.
Yes. He did it.
I think he basically said I was young, I was naive, I was stupid. Did he literally say that?
Yes.
You're talking 7 years ago. And anyone...
Yes, but here's the thing that really concerns me. You would think all Democrats, Republicans, when it comes to protecting service personnel, not one of them would ever disparage one of them. They would never say anything negative about them, especially if they died or they suffered in combat or battle. Mm-hmm. The fact that you don't have every Democrat in Congress, Senate, House, whatever, saying his comments are despicable. He does not. Have you guys seen Elizabeth Warren? She does a commercial for him. Here's how the commercial starts. They're standing next to one another. She takes her right fist and she gives him one of those little buddy punches to the shoulder. And she's like, "Hey, you goofy little boofy, I support you." You got to see this video. But if what you're saying is true, I don't even partially get why everybody's like, you know what, listen, you're right. We don't want him in office. This is not the person, Democrats are saying all Republicans are horrible, but we can't stand by this because one of our service personnel died for our freedom. That's so bizarre that you don't see all of them.
What idiots like that do not understand? Not all members of our military are Republicans. A lot of members of our military are Democrats. So, what is this beef? What is this problem? I have serious problems with people like that. All of these people, Republican, Democrat, or my people, we want the same thing. We're out there. Whatever color you are, you know what? You are a red-blooded American because I've seen the blood of probably 50 different races of people. Mm-hmm. Me.
I just think it's bizarre that anybody could ever say anything about whether they're Muslim, they're Jewish, they're gay, they're lesbian, they're transsexual.
They're all the same.
And they're in the United States Army, and they're willing to die for our freedom. And you could say anything negative about them? Think about that. This guy's a monster. Whether you're a Democrat, Republican, gay, trans, I don't know what your sexuality is. You're willing to die for my freedom?
Absolutely.
And you're going to goof on me?
I don't like, and I keep, and it's fine because that's what the bottom line is. I have to go back to Patton. There is no honor in dying for your country. The honor is to make that other so and so and so and so die for his. That's where the honor comes in. I agree with him, but yes, you're willing.
Oh, wait. What did you say? You agree with him? How do you agree with him?
I do agree with him. Make the other guy die. Kill the other guy. Don't let him kill you.
But didn't he say that the guy that was a serviceman from the United States, service personnel was basically a bitch? Did he basically put that person down?
Who bait a Patton? You talking about Patton? General Patton?
No, Gunther. No, we're talking about the politician that.
Yeah, he did. But I was quoting to point out something here. Dying for your country, we don't gain anything when somebody dies for our country. We gain when they kill the enemy. That's how we get it. That's how we get ahead.
To step up. I gain when somebody is stronger than me that's willing to put their life for my life.
Well, they put their life on the line, but they don't put their lives out there to be killed. They still want to come home. That's the reason we give them a gun.
Well, but didn't that Gunther guy basically?
He's a piece of crap. He's a piece of crap.
I hope you guys talk about him and you investigate him more. Google Elizabeth Warren him. Yeah, actually, people are going to vote for this guy.
First of all, if I was run for office anywhere under any flag in this country, if I was a Democrat, Republican, I would not give Elizabeth Warren and Dianne Feinstein and Pelosi. Those are top of my list of people that I would not want endorsing me or doing a commercial for me. I don't care what I was running for. I would not be. They're ugly would rub off of me in a heartbeat.
Well, last question. Unfortunately, it's three women that you mentioned, but I'm going to say 99% of all Democrats. Why do you think people keep voting for them?
I don't have anything that I can say over the radio that's family friendly.
Okay. All right. Take care. Bye.
Just real quick, we have a commenter on YouTube that is bringing up about.
Why don't y'all call?
He said he remembers a politician attacked veteran John McCain, and we were mad about that.
You're talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah, we were mad about that, and we just said that regardless of who you are, I don't care if you're president of the United States, if you're the water meter reader, which we don't have anymore, but a bad example. But there's no need to talk bad about our veterans, and
for somebody now, John McCain.
So, Mark, we do condemn
what he was saying, and what I disapprove of that Donald Trump said was something along the lines: the guy screwed up and he got shot down. He didn't duck.
Right.
That is not the way you look at it.
No.
You're going into heavy enemy fire. You're risking everything to go in there to take out the enemy, and you know what? Some people are going to get hit. The only way not to get shot down in a case like that is not to leave the base.
Well, Mark, I just want you to know, you made the comment that we won't condemn all politicians that attack the military and that we don't care about the armed forces. I just want you to know, Mark, I am the daughter of a Marine who fought in World War II, Korea, and Vietnam twice. Here on the military base. I respect our veterans to the max.
Yes, no
and
doubt.
I do not appreciate if it's somebody living next door or all the way up to the President of the United States bashing our veterans.
And I would have no problem if I had the one-on-one with Donald Trump.
Right.
I would have no problem. That would be one of the topics that I would bring up.
Yes.
Same thing I would bring up if I had the one-on-one with, what's her name? fond of.
Yeah, well, Mark, evidently this is not the show for you. So if you want to turn the channel, go right ahead, because he said he thought this was a common sense show, but we're very one-sided. But you know what? That's a great thing about being able to hit that X button and go to another show.
No problem.
But we support the military here to the max.
Yeah. Well,
It's
no,
all-
and
in fact,
all of us, when Trump said that, when he was campaigning,
we
for
were
the first
appalled
round,
by it.
I just exploded.
right. And if you were watching yesterday, we had a sergeant major, a veteran in here yesterday that was on the show that we respect very highly. So we are, we are very, very pro-military. We live in a military town. This town is all about our military and honoring our military. We were at a memorial service yesterday. We took time out of our day because it was important for us to go honor those that gave their lives.
We do have a caller.
Yes, okay.
Good
I'm
morning.
off my rant.
Good morning. You're live and local.
Good morning, guys. Hope y'all having a
Hey,
blessed morning.
Steve.
Good morning, Stephen. What's up?
First thing I want to say is I can barely hear Lee. I could hear her fine when I was watching YouTube, but on the phone I can't hardly hear her.
Oh, well, can you hear
don't
me
know if
now?
that matters to y'all, but
Let's see if I can crank her up a little bit. Keep talking, Lee.
Okay, can you hear me now, Steve?
still the same.
Still the same. Well, my goodness. Maybe if I yell a little louder.
No, don't yell. I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna figure out.
How's the garden doing? How's all this rain for your garden, Steve?
Sounds like it came up a little bit, but she keeps stopping.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Sorry. It's hard to just keep talking.
Yeah, you hear me
Anyway.
fine over the phone, right?
I hear you fine, but she's at about half the volume you are. But
Well, my goodness. But have you gotten a lot of rain?
When it was on YouTube.
Just keep standing there. I'm gonna. All right, Lee. Now talk to him.
All right, Steve. Can you hear me
There
better
you
now?
go.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Houston, we know how long to have a problem.
He pushed that magic button.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sounded like she wasn't even on. Like she was coming across your microphone later.
Wow. It could have been.
Every now and then, I get tired of listening to somebody.
He does. He mutes me a lot.
Do what?
But go ahead with yourself, Steve.
Okay, I noticed in the comments on YouTube somebody was talking about the Trump phone. Have y'all heard about that thing yet?
No, I went to go look it up, but
Trump
then I
phone?
got sidetracked. Yes, the Trump phone.
Who's got a Trump phone?
Trump phone, evidently, it was an old, what was it now? An old Chinese, what was it?
Here's the thing. I don't know how
Okay.
old it is, but it has a headphone jack on it, and no major manufacturer of cell phones has put a headphone jack on a phone in the last 10 years. The Trump organization is saying it's a nostalgic throwback, but nobody's made one in 10 years that has a headphone jack. Everything's Bluetooth now. The phones, when they sold them, they were supposed to be made in America, which they are American companies that make cell phones, but they didn't use them. They got Chinese people to manufacture them, and evidently it appears that it's at least 10-year-old phones.
Yeah, okay. I got so many stories on
It
here.
has all the appearances of being a bait and switch. They told them it was going to be a state-of-the-art, made-in-America phone, and turns out it's a possibly 10-year-old Chinese, old stock.
All right. Yeah.
And it took them a year late coming out with it, as my understanding, too.
Oh, wait. Now, wasn't this a phone that he was going to sell himself as the Trump phone, like he does the Trump watches, the Trump shoes?
That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about. It's a gold phone. It's the Trump phone. And when they originally sold them, they said it was going to be made in America by Americans. And now it says on the website, made with the finest American morals.
All right. It says a gold-plated $499 phone, which is a lot cheaper than what I paid for a month, is no longer marketed as made in the USA, and the American flag design on the back of the handset appears to have 11 stripes instead of 13. It's an Android-operated device.
Why is he selling them? Is there a business on the side or what?
He's
Yes, man. It's always a grift.
He's always
I
got
mean,
stuff.
what do you want? He'll sell it to you with the Trump name on it.
Right.
But at any rate, yeah, I've seen somebody talking about that this morning in the comments. And
and I went to
I'd heard about it, but I looked it up before I called y'all.
I haven't heard about it.
I just brought up
first. You brought it up to me.
I just brought up about 5 or 6 stories on it, and some of them I've never heard of these websites. And I'm going to research. I'm going to research because Tech Phones, I don't know if Tech Phones is a legit website. It's the first I've heard about it, Steve, so I'm going to delve into it further.
I got that. Yeah, I just wanted to throw a little bit of information out there that I'd found out about.
Yeah, thank you for that.
I'd already heard about the headphone jack, but like I say, I looked it up this morning before I called. I wanted to make sure that the story hadn't changed, because if that happens.
I'm glad you said that, because my Samsung, I had bought a new headphones, so I can listen to it, privately. And I went to go plug them in, and there is no plug-in for headphones. You have to. Yeah, I do have Bluetooth earpods, but I've just never used them.
There is a possibility. I'm just throwing this out there because in the ham radio world,
right,
all of the connectors that are on various devices, and I'm looking at one right now. We have there's some Bluetooth. There's a USB Cs or whatever types of connectors on them,
yes.
And some of those things do actually carry audio, both transmit and receive.
Right.
That's in the ham radio world. I have no idea about the cell phone world.
Right. Well, your actual, like on your Android now, where you plug in the charge,
yes.
it can send audio and video out.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the same thing.
Right.
No longer 3.5 millimeter headphone jack is what they took out.
Yeah.
And that front phone has the actual, little 3.5 millimeter.
I wish mine still had it. I guess I preferred
I personally like the 3.5 so that it has the 4 conductor, so that it also carries audio, for a microphone.
Right.
And because I like the wired one, because what I've got is, and which you'll be familiar with, I've got an adapter from the 3.5 4 conductor that I can use for that gets me a 3.5 headphone jack off of that is a double connector, and it also gives me an XLR connection. That way I can plug in a broadcast microphone to it to talk on it, which is going to be much better. It is always much better quality.
Right.
And then also you can still have your headphone jack.
I believe what happened though is about 10 years ago they figured out that they could do it through the charging port, the same thing.
Yep.
And the audio quality is actually better than the 3.5. And then you can get a Type C or a Lightning, which is Apple, that will do the same thing. It'll go to the same type of connectors that you're talking about.
I haven't needed I have not needed that lately, so I just did it so we could do some field work with using the phone.
Right. I have some connectors like that too, that are 3.5 millimeter, and I got them because of my older phone I had a headphone jack on it.
Yeah.
My daughter just upgraded me a couple of weeks ago, and I no longer have that. So so that cable is no longer of any use to me.
But
everything I got now,
I believe, Steve, if you would bring it by here, I can probably put a connector on it. I've got a drill that is perfect for that 3.5 millimeter connector, and I can look in there for the wires if I can get a big enough magnifying glass to see the connections and track them. Not.
Yeah, but anyway, I just throwing that out there about that phone thing. That it's like everything. I mean, is anybody really surprised if that's the case? That it's a marketed old phone that they're selling people? I mean,
I have no idea. Don't really care.
Trump that's the one thing I think most people, the divide between people who support Trump and people who don't, is Trump is a snake oil salesman.
Mm-hmm.
If you like him, that's fine, but those, not y'all in particular, but a lot of people who support Trump put him on a pedestal and think he's not a grifter, that he's not a snake oil salesman. That's exactly who he is.
Well, first, I don't put anybody on a pedestal.
I didn't say you did.
I know, but I've been just saying for me, I don't put. I know you ain't up there on a pedestal. Maybe a step ladder where you belong to get up there and get the dishes out of the cabinet.
Oh,
that one, Steve.
I've seen it. I know y'all seen it. There's people out there who think that he never lies and that he was, is ordained by God. I mean, there's people who are way out there on it now. Those are the people it's hard to talk to.
I can't, I generally have to deal with that too on a daily basis.
I don't, but I do have family and friends that are in that category
Yes.
I have to modify what I talk about around.
I just generally change the subject.
Right. I can't bring up nothing about politics or anything or world events or anything around them because they're, in a different place. I don't want to label it because I'm not a professional, but their mind's in a different place than mine is. So.
All right, sir. You take care.
well, thank you. I'll delve into the phone more. See what's up with that.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
What?
He's bought a company.
What?
He bought T-Mobile. He's going to change it to Trump Mobile.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, whatever.
Maybe that's what the T and
It's
T-Mobile
what
stood for all this
We
time.
didn't know.
No, we didn't know, did we?
Now we know.
Now we
Now
know.
that was my understanding is they were supposed to start a whole cellular provider company.
I remember talk a long time ago about it, and just went in and went out, and I didn't pay any attention to it. But I didn't know about this newest stuff on his phone.
I
I'll
don't
take a
know.
look.
Go for it, Bubba. Go for it.
I understand he's always been a businessman and all that, but I just have a real problem with the President of the United States having side hustles all the time that he's promoting while we're paying him to be president.
Mm.
And I wouldn't want any president to do that. And we kind of had rules that said they weren't supposed to do that.
We got congressmen who've got their own jobs, of course.
All right. T-Mobile is owned by Telecom, a German company. And thank you, Mr.
So he's
Miller.
now a Kraut?
Yeah.
Did you say the president's a Kraut? A
I
German?
didn't say that. I just said
Oh,
T-Mobile.
well,
I've
darn
been
it.
advised that T-Mobile is owned by a German company.
Okay.
And wait a minute. my
I
phone
probably just
cut
created
off.
some more hate and discontent, didn't I?
You're bad.
Whatever.
I'm gonna let
Get in line. All right, Steve.
All
Thank you,
right,
sir.
guys, I'll get off of here.
All
Y'all
right.
have a blessed day.
You too. Bye. Well, we had somebody just wanted to come in to see us this morning. I haven't seen him yet. He finally got out of bed. He's getting lazy.
He's hungry.
No, he's not.
He's
He
hungry.
just wants some attention.
Yes. Anyway,
Well, I've been saying, I was criticizing the Watley campaign. Frankly, I sent them a note. Why aren't you responding to some of those ads that are running on the other channels that, not.
the negative ads
there are
being run by.
There are tons of those, but now Watley's come out. His team. They put together
really?
some pretty good. What
Maybe
has he
he'll be
done?
there
What has
tonight.
he done in 40 years in office? Speaking of his opponent,
Talking about Roy Cooper. I'll put it
the
out there.
ex-governor,
Roy Cooper.
the
Yes.
ex-whatevers. But yeah, he's Watley's come out with some really. You can call it scathing if you want to. You can call it negative if you want to. But it's basically asking questions and making comments about what have you done? Is this who you want? Somebody who has done nothing but play party politics. He's done nothing but support anything that the Democrat Party wants him to support.
Most vetoed governor in the history.
And he's, that's all that he has actually done. And that's. So I found it interesting that he's that finally come out swinging. So we do have to get him in here.
Right.
And I've requested Cooper a couple of times. I'm not going to get anywhere with that. I know that. He didn't even call us even when he was the AG or when he was running for governor or when he was governor. And I put in several requests over the years.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
They shun us. I understand that. I wouldn't come on here either if I was in his shoes because, he's got things to hide.
What? The hosts were outraged over Twitter posts, but think literal scams run by a sitting president are funny.
What?
Mark, I don't know what you're smoking this morning. And brought up the tweets that
What?
Pete, he's this person on YouTube making comments, but
Oh,
you don't listen to us enough to even know what we're even talking about.
well,
So.
he's just trying to
But you
rewrite
know,
pages to
Pete,
gain
yeah, I'm not,
some
Pete
attention.
Hedgeseth had come out saying that the military was fat. And I think that's a whole different thing than
Well,
what we're talking about here with this candidate bashing a veteran.
there is a retired, I guess he is, police officer who has some information as well.
Right.
That he keeps coming on. Hey,
Shh. Oh. I'll get it. It's Lucy. Go ahead. Lucy, can't come in.
we have an intrusion. But there's a police officer who runs a little podcast thing, and he does little clips of police officers all over the country. He's got, it's pretty cool, and he's got stories about them. And regularly, he's a training officer too. So I mean, he's a veteran. He's got military, but he's also veteran law enforcement, and he does makes comments about approaches that the officers use when they stop cars and what they're doing and their posture. And he's always asking the question, when you see a portly police officer, I mean, he's chungy.
Right.
When you got somebody like that out there, he'll comment and said, you need to take a look at yourself in the mornings,
Right.
all of you, all cops, and say, are you prepared to be in a fight that you need to win to save your life, or words to that effect? Are you prepared today to go up against an opponent hand to hand? Forget your gun, forget your stick, forget your electric device. Are you prepared to be in the fight for your life? And if not, you need to do something about it. And that's what that was one of his takeaways on pretty much pieces of video when you see some fairly large guys out there. Big is one thing. As long as you can carry your own weight, you're good. But your body mass doesn't need to be so much fat. I'm guilty of that, I'm sure. But I'm not out there and fight for my life.
I guess one of the most famous deputies in Dupin County was Alfred Bates. And
He was 400 pounds.
biggin'.
Well, look at Tiny with JPD.
Bracking down here.
Well-
Couldn't sit behind it. He couldn't get a driver's license because he could not reach,
Right.
put the seat as far back as he would have had to put it. He could not touch the pedals
But the thing
because
about
his
Alfred,
belly was in the way.
I never seen him lose a foot race. If somebody ran from him, he ran them down.
Well, that was Brackeen, Joe Brackeen.
Yeah, I mean, big as he
if you
was.
get in front of him when there was a call, when he was working downtown, and he had to go from one end of town to the other, he didn't wait for a car. He would pick them up, and those big old 19 size shoes or whatever he wore, it was like a.
It covered that distance a
It
lot
covered
faster.
the distance faster, and anything that was in the way
Well,
got
Rayford,
moved.
if you saw a yacht chasing you down on the
I'd
street,
stay out of
wouldn't
the
you
way.
just it stop?
You move.
I've seen Alfred chase them down. I mean, didn't need to be in Beuvel downtown. I mean, in Beuvel, but we would go down there and party and stuff, and with some of them, and they get out of hand. Here come Alfred. And boy, I mean, you didn't worry about the police. You worried about Alfred. And Alfred come in and all he had to do was speak, and everybody quit. But one guy ran one night, and if you ever watched the movie Roots, when LeVar Burton ran from O.J. Simpson, and O.J. Simpson run him down and that's the way it was. He just grabbed him right by the back of his neck, just stop him, turn him around, run him back. But Alfred was a fantastic deputy. I loved the man, and everybody loved him,
Joe-
except the criminals.
Joe, a.k.a. Tiny Brackeen, His only problem, it was the stopping distance. It took a while to get him stopped. When he was in motion, he did not stop on a dime.
Yeah, he's like an 18-wheeler. You know,
No, you got to have a whole set of different brakes when you're running an 18-wheeler. And Joe, rest his soul, he was a great guy, just as nice as you've ever seen. Just don't make him mad. You just don't make him mad.
Yeah.
But once, you'll learn very quickly. Anyway, but yeah, I'm glad to see Wiley's campaign is
Yes.
putting some bacon on the fire. And it needs to be.
Maybe he'll be there tonight at the one thing.
I would
tonight,
really.
yes.
Do I need to come there just to invite him? Let me know if he's going to be there. When will you know,
When I get there, when he walks in,
boy?
I don't know. I mean, he's out campaigning town to
I
town to
know
town
he
to
is.
town to
Well,
town.
good for him.
And he may be there to
You know what would be
support our
fun to
congressman.
do?
What's that?
Me and the recorder.
Mm-hmm.
Probably I'd do a cap cam, just to, but he would know it. But maybe just to ride with him for one of his 2 or 3 days on the road.
Yeah.
Now that's what his campaign should do. I won't do it,
He
but that's what
doesn't need
his
you.
campaign should do, something
Mm-mm.
like that, then put it all together. That would be a tremendous series. And I'm not touting this man a bunch, but it's just his efforts, because I've seen him in action going from place to place. And on one given day, he actually literally went from the mountains of North Carolina to the coast of North Carolina, campaigning
Mhm.
at different events, driving himself in an old 400,000 mile vintage pickup truck. I don't think it's really that vintage but he's got the mileage on it. It's not a 1960 one. It's just, what has it got? 1990 something pickup. Anyway, it's approaching 500,000 miles. It's got over 400,000 miles. That's not bad. I'm going to keep a truck running, commercial, regular truck running these days. 400,000 miles is
That's
a
great.
What's
chore.
the most miles you ever
great.
got on a vehicle?
Me?
Yeah.
About 250.
Did you?
Mhm.
No.
I don't get rid of
Oh
them.
no,
right
I
away.
trade them when the tires get worn.
You and my dad.
Just
I got a
kidding.
cousin
I
like
don't
that.
think he ever put a new set of tires on the car. And when he got older, he just, I needs tires. Okay, I'll
trade
take
it.
that one.
Mm-hmm.
How much you give me for? He bought a brand new Cadillac one time, and it was one of their super deluxe. He didn't like the Cadillac. It's not what he wanted, but that's what they have available. That's what he do. Cadillacs.
Mm-hmm.
He bought it, and they finally got one in that he liked. He took it back to him, and they gave him more money because the prices had gone up.
Yeah.
They gave him more money for the car after he drove it for 6 months than he paid for the blasted car.
Well, he loved his Jeep pickup trucks.
Right now, my truck is worth more than what I owe on it, so I'm ahead of the game for a little bit.
As long as
Well,
you
I
keep
don't
the
know
mileage
anything on
low.
mine, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you keep the mileage low. When you get to 99,000 miles, in the 99,000 up to when you get to the 100 mark,
Mhm.
your truck starts really depreciating.
Yeah, well, I don't even
I
have
don't-
30,000 on mine, and it's almost 3 years old.
So
So
do I, but I don't care. I drive them until they
Well,
quit.
Well, I mean, the
That's
most
what
I
I'm
ever got
doing.
was 320,000 miles on a truck. And I took care, and it was going, I drove it from home every evening, from home to Leland, and the next morning I drove it back.
Mhm.
And I remember my mechanic, I'd go in every 3,000 miles, and he looked at me, he said, your truck don't sit long enough to accumulate moisture in the oil. If you want to go to 5,000, you can.
Yeah, back in the
and I
day.
did, yeah. And I did. I got 320 out of it, and the camshaft broke into it.
I worked for WITN in the 1980s. All right, I had to get out of a contract in Wilmington, so I worked for them for 6 months.
Yeah.
And they kind of knew it. They knew what I was doing, but I went everywhere. And the car that they gave me was a brand new. I forgot, it was 84 Chevy, something or other, Malibu maybe or something like that. It was a sedan. And I drove that thing everywhere. I mean, back and forth to Greenville or New Bern, Washington in those days, back and forth every day, wherever I was. It might be somewhere out west, Robeson County, wherever. I would go all over. And in 6 months, me driving that car, brand new car, I'd already gone through one set of tires.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the second set of tires, and I had over 40,000 miles on it in 6 months.
Yeah.
Glad I wasn't driving my own car.
Yeah. I mean,
Because that's a lot of mileage in that little time.
and you're talking about tires on the car. The most I ever got was 62,000 miles on a set of tires. And it
Really?
was a set of Uniroyal Laredos.
Mm.
And they came with the truck. And so I kept using Uniroyal Laredos. And I had moved to Florida. And I found out they had a high tax on tires.
Ooh.
So I would, when I needed, next time I needed tires, I went
Cross
to
the
tires.
border.
I said, my gosh, yeah, I went to St. Mary's, Georgia.
Cross
Because
the
I
border.
lived in Jacksonville and got.
My heavens.
But I loved them. I mean, I don't use them anymore. I use a Japanese tire now. It's called Falcon, and and I've got 60,000 miles out of Falcons. But they're a tough tire.
I get pretty good mileage these days. I bought this Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
It had 17,000 miles on it or something. It was 3 years old
Yeah.
when I bought it. So I bought it, but it had those big old tires on it. I got 4 of them sitting back there in the back. So anybody wants to buy them, I sold it to you really cheap. Because I drove it for a year, and I'm like, that is the loudest. They're great off-road if you're going to go mudding or whatever people do. I don't. Tires I bought were these all-terrain tires.
AWT is what we call them.
Yep. And I drove, and I bought those. I've been driving those since I had another Jeep way back when. Well, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4 Jeeps before this one, but they were all with the Laredo or Cherokees or whatever,
Yeah.
styles. And but I used the same tire, and I went all over the beaches with them.
Yeah.
And that's the only place I want it for. That and the boat ramp. Because when you get to a boat ramp on low tide, and you back down there far enough to get the boat in the water, it's real slippery underneath those rear tires.
Yeah, it is.
There's grass and moss and stuff that's growing there at low tide. And trying to come up a boat ramp like that is tough. Flip that sucker to 4-wheel drive.
I pulled many of people up off the boat ramp who couldn't get there
Yep.
back in my day.
Yep. All right. Let's take a look here at the weather out there, out to 60 nautical miles. Southwesterly winds today around 15 knots, east 4 to 5 feet. 15 knot winds are not generating 4 to 5 footers. So there's some other stuff underneath the water and stuff further offshore. So we got some heavy seas out there. There's a slight chance of thunderstorms this morning, plus the daily chance of showers. It's going to be that way between now and September. Generally speaking, Wednesday, tomorrow, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts to 25 in the afternoon, seas 5 to 6 feet. There's a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the morning again tomorrow. Thursday, westerly winds 20 to 25 knots, diminishing to 15 to 20 in the afternoon, seas 4 to 6 feet. They're starting to come down. Showers likely, chance of thunderstorms. Friday and Saturday looking better, a little bit better. Stay tuned though. Don't go making some definite plans you can't change. Don't go inviting 40 people here to go with you on a trip offshore,
Right.
because we don't know what it's going to be, honestly.
Absolutely. Today, partly sunny with a high near 88 with a chance of rain and thunderstorms. Tonight, a chance of early evening thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a low around 70. Wednesday, a chance of showers with thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 91. And Thursday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 90.
You know,
It's starting to warm up.
I'm really, after reading some comments and listening to the band, I'm really about to become a Trump fan. I think Donald Trump. This is really concerning me that there are people in the country that really just have nothing better to do than to call him bad names and to jump all over him for little penny ante stuff that he does. He say, you know,
You're stirring the waters.
he's a really good man at heart. I mean, he has the interest of the people in this
He's
country.
trying to get Theo to call.
Theo
Or
gave
Steve.
up on us. Theo doesn't
He's
love us
surrendered.
anymore.
He hates us.
Theo's
For
done with
whatever
us.
reason, I don't know what's the problem. But anyway, what's this gentleman's name? Mark.
Mark.
Okay,
Yes.
Mark, you got some room now. Go ahead and type some more stuff.
Oops.
He's such a good
Anyway,
guy.
I want to talk about a weather-related situation, a weather-related death.
Trump,
This is in South Carolina.
you know, okay.
I'm getting away from Trump.
No, I'm not.
This is a Berkeley County woman died after she was struck by a wind-blown umbrella
I heard that. Yeah.
while dining on the patio of a Lake Marion restaurant. The incident happened on May 23rd, which
That's
is not that
Saturday.
long, yeah, at the Driftwood Grill in Somerton, and that's in South Carolina.
Mhm.
Said first responders were called there around 7:40 p.m. for a reported arrived. The woman was found unresponsive with injuries to her neck. They followed protocol, but they could not save her. But according to her and her husband were dining on the patio when a sudden strong wind lifted an umbrella from a table and struck her.
You know, we've got two. Robbie's got two
Isn't that
umbrellas back
crazy?
here on the deck.
Right.
I had to go to the roof one time to get one down.
I had to go to my neighbor's yard.
And
It's in the
but
fence.
wind comes through, and
Right.
it comes through at an angle, and it gets underneath an umbrella.
Yes, it does.
It goes airborne,
Mm-hmm.
and it's lifted two of them up. One got up on the roof and rolled back down
Oh, that's good.
with all the wind gusts, and then the one that I had to go, it was stuck up there on a pipe, one
Oh,
of the vent pipes.
right.
So I lassoed it and brought it down.
Well, I generally keep mine closed anyway, unless I'm out
Well,
there,
yeah.
Sitting, and then I'll open it. But yes, I've left
Well,
mine open before.
And in 15 minutes, things can change, right?
Yes, all you need is Charlie calling. All you need is this wind to come along and lift it right up. But
Yeah.
I try to keep a watch on it,
Yeah.
but not always.
Especially down there on Lake Marion now, they can have some unusual weather with that big body of water.
Yes.
Yeah, things can change.
In fact,
Well,
a lot
it's-
of them.
Temperature changes with the water there. It can
Yeah.
produce wind.
Very
Well, I see
sad.
more people fishing in the diversion canals than anywhere else. They love them. They don't have that much problem.
It's very sad that
So does
she
the
goes
ocean.
out to dinner and an umbrella hits her and takes her
Yeah.
life. That's just freaky.
That's one of those freak things. Hey, Charlie.
You know, it's funny. I saw that headline yesterday on Citizen Free Press, which is a really good X account where you get some really top stories. And it said, woman, I guess, killed or injured by a flying umbrella. So I thought to myself, sadly, she was probably having brunch or dinner with her loved ones,
Mhm.
and an umbrella hit her. But here's the spin that the Democratic Party is going to put on this. Hakeem Jeffries, Nancy Pelosi, even Barack Obama. They're going to say because of Donald Trump's, you guys know what those wind turbines are, right? Those little things in those big fields that flip around.
Yeah, they're called windmills.
Right. They're going to say because he eliminated windmills, that's just why this woman died. First of all, I'm not laughing. First of all, I'm sure she's a beautiful woman. They're going to come up with something. They're going to blame Donald Trump for this woman being killed by wind. They got to come up with something.
Well, I will have to agree with him. He probably is, and he won't get the blame that he deserves. I mean, we the people here should need to stand up to this man.
What?
You know what? Actually, I do agree, and I'm going to go on one of my social media accounts that I don't have and say, let's all march in the streets because Donald Trump took out wind turbines and a woman was killed by a flying patio umbrella, and he's responsible.
Yes.
They really are sick people.
Yes.
I don't get it. Okay, I'll talk to you. Bye. Thanks.
Thank you.
All I've got to say is what? On that, all of that. You and him. What?
Well, I was just trying to
Okay.
figure out how they could anybody could spend that wind turbine, the windmills. Maybe they just got in the way, blocked the wind, and it had rerouted it over to that restaurant.
Could
That's
be.
what it
Yeah,
was.
they tried.
Well, you hear stories about people on the beach when a sudden thunderstorm comes up and umbrellas start flying.
They go everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And,
It's just decorated the beach.
you know, I
but
was
who would have thought go out to dinner?
we were talking the other night about Emerald Isle before it had a bridge on the south end down here.
Mhm.
Oh God, that was as kids you'd go to Emerald Isle and the bridge up there that goes over to Emerald Isle to Atlantic Beach from Morehead City. That was a drawbridge.
Right.
Mhm.
Every little boat that came through, they had to raise the bridge. And you know, the most traffic that I've ever seen or been around was on Emerald Isle on a Sunday afternoon at 2:00 when a thunderstorm came up. And everybody on the south end of Emerald Isle, they had a ferry down there, but it don't hold but so many cars at a time. They all started headed towards Atlantic Beach, and there was a 2-lane road going all the way to Atlantic Beach from Emerald Isle.
It is.
And they left in droves. A
Mhm.
thunderstorm, and by the time, of course, they get to Morehead City and the sun's out. But they didn't care. They didn't go sit in the car and wait. So
Right.
they sat in their car and waited in line. And the bridge would probably make 3 or 4 up and down trips before all those cars. It would be 2 to 4 hours of sitting there in your car if you were at the rear end of that.
That was
That lot of
Surf
traffic.
City this weekend.
Well,
I saw all the reports about traffic backing up to get on and traffic backing up to get off.
Love them roundabouts.
Yes.
Love them roundabouts.
how'd that work out for you?
Those are the stupidest things that DOT ever invented or
Oh, they're
whoever
putting them
invented.
up everywhere. I was just like the one at Emerald Isle. I got a friend of mine that lives in Emerald Isle. He said, I said, how's that roundabout working for you? He said they've run through it 4 times.
Yeah, there's people
When
that
they
are
first put it up.
hauling boats, have boats right over top of the roundabout because, I mean,
Well, what do you think about somebody like me
Yeah.
with 18-wheeler? I mean,
How do you do that? Huh? how do you do
you
that?
take everything you can take, and if you look on the inside part of the roundabout, you don't have a curbing sticking it this high.
Uh-huh.
It's at a slant. And I guarantee you they probably got somebody hired that does nothing but sit there with a pressure washer once a week maybe and gets the tire marks off of it.
No, this is a true story about these roundabouts like that. Okay, for the truckers, for some of the truckers, they have to. Those guys who carry eggs over to the island on their trucks, they carry twice as many eggs as they need. Because when they get there, they have to go through and pull out the good eggs from the bad ones. That's a fact.
Okay.
Just trust me.
All righty.
I mean,
then.
it's and
Somebody's got to write that and believe it. It might be true, though. I don't know.
well, they put one in Georgia right there at, where Highway 144 comes out to 95. They put 2, one on each side of the interstate. And if you don't think, and there's a truck stop right there, so the trucks got to get in and get the fuel. And that roundabout stays black all the time. And I said, and that, they don't even clean it
Don't even
anymore.
try.
No, but they're stupid. And I'll give you one more. On Friday, now since summer's come, Highway 53 and 50, where they cross, they have a 4-way stop. Always stop. And then
saw
the
that.
traffic is backed up. It's so bad in the afternoon.
I saw that.
Why didn't you just put a red light there? You'd have been better off.
Do they have electricity there?
Yeah, there used to be a caution. There's a caution light
Yeah, I
there.
remember.
But it's a 4-way stop. And I just shake my head. What kind of people are we
The
hiring?
people that invented
Thinking this.
the idea of having a 4-way stop anywhere should be brought out and flogged.
I agree.
I've never seen a 4-way that wasn't confusing to the public. I go through them. I want to get out every time, and I've got a little vest in my sheet and put a vest on so I can direct traffic for you people so you'll know how to get through this stupid thing.
I mean, I've seen the traffic backed all the way up to Bobby Goodson's old rock quarry on 53 trying to get through there to go home from I-40 to go to Jacksonville. Seen it backed up all the way to there. And then just people, come on.
It's places like that. Where there was another one that I ran into the other day. Where did I go? Oh, I guess that's the one because I had to go to Watha.
Oh, yeah, the big city of Watha.
Watha.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I went through about that much of Watha.
Yeah, that's all there is.
Oh, okay. Well, nobody told me that. He wants to go upstairs. He's missing some action.
That's all there is. And I will say this. We're having a contract with a certain equipment company where they want us to deliver their new equipment to their, people buying new equipment, we deliver.
Mhm.
The address and I won't never forget the address. 5832 Penderley Highway, Willard, North Carolina.
Willard. Yeah.
So I hit the GPS, and I'm looking
and
at
it comes back Watha.
No. Do you know where 5832 Willard, North Carolina? Was at the Penderley Middle School. Now, I know Pender County ain't bought no brand new miniature excavator. I know it. So, are you sure of that? Yeah. So, just for giggles, I do the same address, but I hit Watha.
Yeah.
It's a chicken farm.
That's where they wanted it.
So, I finally got the number, point of contact, and I tell him,
Chickens.
give me a point of contact. I don't care what you. And I asked the guy, I said, are you doing work over in Penderley Middle School? No. I said, do you own the chicken? I called it Chicken Ranch, instead of just picking on it. He said, yeah. I said, well, you got down here Willard. He said, well, I'm going to tell you where the line is. Because they used to have 2 post offices, one in Watha and one in Whit. Now they combined it. I said, okay. He said, the line is in my driveway. He said, the mailbox is on the Willard side.
Oh,
And
God.
he said, and I just put Willard. I said, well, do you realize where that address is in Willard? He said, no. I said, the middle school. And he paused for a second. He said, you know,
Maybe
that makes sense because I've had stuff delivered throughout the years, and they'd call me. They were sitting at the middle school. I said, so you need to change if you order something, tell them Watha, and then bring
he
it right
didn't
to you.
figure that out.
Did not figure that out. And we had a big laugh over it.
Well,
and oh God, when I got there with him,
I imagine the people that were looking for the chicken ranch got a little disappointed when they went to school.
but it's just,
Ooh, they could get arrested for that.
thank God I was smart enough to let me try that, because I've hauled it.
Yeah.
I've hauled stuff to Watha, Willard, Green Evers, you know, all those little areas.
Yeah.
And you have to sit there and figure that out after a while.
For you newbies just tuning in, the strange voice you hear is Lee. The other voice is
What?
did I say?
Another big.
Oh, I thought it was because you were cold. It was you.
No, I realized the air conditioner was, and I thought it's cool enough in here. We can save the electricity. Plus, I'm starting to get cold, but I'm not complaining. I just figured I'd save some
Neither am I.
juice and turn it off.
My goosebumps is getting goosebumps.
So I have 2 shirts on. Keep
The
warm.
what is the strength? You've hauled a bunch of stuff. You're doing heavy equipment
Yes.
these days, so let's start right over your 412 years driving truck.
Yes.
Other than the stuff you sent to General Washington, what's the strangest cargo that you can remember hauling?
Hauled a human being, a live human being.
A breather.
Yep. I left Leland
Was
one
he in
night.
cuffs?
No.
Straight jacket?
He had gotten mugged in the city of Tampa, Florida, the day before. This guy ran out of Charlotte, and he ran from Charlotte, North Carolina, to Tampa with layover.
He ran.
Well, he drove.
Took a truck.
Yeah, he drove a truck.
Oh, okay.
And he would go down there, and his wife had a little produce stand in Charlotte. So he would get up out of bed, and he would go to the farmer's market and buy
Right.
vegetables and stuff, load them up in the cab of that truck that night, and go back to Charlotte and deliver it. Well, he was in Tampa. He was down there at the farmer, and he got mugged, and they wound up grabbing him by his thumb and twisting it, and it
Ouch.
twisted off.
Wow.
So they did emergency surgery on him. Well, I left, and this was coming up Thanksgiving. And I left Leland that Tuesday night, and I went to Orlando. When I got there, I said, well, my run is done. And the mechanic came and said, look, I need you to get this sleeper over here, and I need you to leave Orlando and go to Tampa, and you'll get further instructions. Okay. And when I get
That's a strange
Yeah.
change.
when I get there, I go in there, and I said, what about? He said, did you bring the sleeper? I said, yes. We got a guy in the bunk room. We need you to take him to Charlotte. What? When I get there, somebody got him a McDonald's cheeseburger that time in the morning. I don't know, but he had emergency surgery, and his hands all just messed up. Now, I've already run all night, but I had to get him to Charlotte. He would not fly. So I get him his vegetables in that sleeper, and I get a load that's going straight to Charlotte. I've already drove all night. And I get him in there and I get him a bucket because I know what's fixing to happen. He's been under anesthesia, so I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And when I got about to Citrus, Florida, I heard him in the back. So I pull over and help him out, clean him up, get him on, and I keep going. And when I get to Columbia, South Carolina, I'm dead dog tired.
Dead dog.
Dead dog tired.
Dead dog
and
tired.
So I pull over just a minute, take me a little nap, and I felt something grab me. He says, "Ain't we going home?" Yeah, just a few minutes. So I finally get him to Charlotte. His wife is waiting. We get all the vegetables in the car, get him in the car, and I'm looking. By this time, this is Wednesday night. By the time I can get him there, Wednesday evening. And I'm promised to go home. Well, we really need you to go to Greensboro and drop this trailer off before you go home. Really? So I go. I'm not going to turn it down. When I get there, they give me an empty to go back to Wilmington. It was 14, and I won't never forget the mileage because it's 1,492 miles. I always remember that because that's when they claimed
1,492.
Right. And that was the strangest thing I had ever hauled.
So that was your Columbus trip.
That was it right there. And I got him home, and he was delirium sometime. I'd hear him back there talking to himself. I knew he didn't have a phone, and he'd be back there yelling. And, "Are you all right back there?" "Yeah, you just drive." And he start just cussing again. But that was the strangest
How
thing
did
ever
we
done.
go from roundabouts to this?
Just driving.
Because it was kind of a roundabout trip to get there.
Now, I have hauled stuff that I didn't know what I was hauling, and I was followed.
Followed.
Yes, I did. It was the bill of, I had a bill of lading.
Black
It was
SUVs?
sealed. Yes. And I had to make out a driver's plan where I was going to stop to take my break. And I remember I was going through I-4 and I stopped at the truck stop in Knoxville. And I went to bed. This was when I was over the road.
Did they take you? Did you have a cell phone?
No.
Okay, so they didn't have to take that from you.
No.
Well, they were monitoring
No,
everything.
I monitored. And when I got there, another set of cars came up. I went to bed. Back then you drove 10 on and 8 off.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to bed, and my 8-hour break, I heard, time to go. So I get up, do what I got to do, and I carried it to Millington, Tennessee. There's a little Marine base right outside of me.
Okay.
I have no clue what it was,
Don't ask.
and I didn't. I was followed. I was told not to speed. Yes, sir. And when I got there, I backed it up to where they needed to on that little base, and I unhooked it, and I bobtailed out, and I called the company, and I went back to bed, and I left Memphis that night, and I headed back toward Wilmington, North Carolina. But that was pretty strange. But I didn't ask; they didn't tell.
It's probably a load of shovels.
Yeah, bathroom. I figured it might have been bathroom toilets, for the base.
Could be that too.
But that was something I didn't. That was about it. Besides the man.
910-333-0139. Anybody got something you want to say? Go ahead and call us.
I know I'm lost.
Please call us on telephone instead of posting over there because I don't get these posts or anything because I'm looking at other things. Like some cartoons I've got playing here. I got some old Mickey Mouse cartoons I'm looking at.
Mickey Mouse.
You watch Willie the Steamboat?
MICKEYMOUSE.
Did you watch Steamboat Willie?
I did.
I was
Not when it was real, but I saw it later on.
You were probably sitting there when they were drawing it.
Yeah, probably.
Is that, yeah.
Da 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 Dora. Do you remember Dora the Explorer?
I tried not to.
Well,
I never
just
did.
like
when my
Barney.
granddaughter was real young,
There you go.
and I had either babysitting her or there visiting, I got up early every morning to watch TV with her, and we had the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, we had
Yeah.
Dora the Explorer, and there was so much.
Who
And
was the morning
What's that?
lady on TV? She was like she was sitting in a classroom, looked like a school teacher.
You're talking about tell a story time.
I don't think that's
She
what
was-
it could have been, but it was.
She read a book every morning.
Something like
Yes.
that. But I cannot remember her name. It was
Somebody's still doing the reruns on that.
It's I'm sure they
Oh,
are.
wasn't that a local television station that did that?
Well, they carried it, but I don't think it
I
originated
don't know.
there. There used to be a lot of local programs originating.
Whitney the
on TV.
Hobo. I remember him.
Whitney the Hobo.
You know,
I remember
how'd
him.
you spell Whitney?
WITNEY.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had
Channel 7.
they
right?
had I asked them one of the times because they're the only station in the world when there was Eyewitness News. That was one of the franchises that people
Right.
got. They were the only station in the world that could say WITN is in the middle of Eyewitness News. WITNESS.
That's right.
In the middle of Eyewitness News. Why did they drop that?
I don't know. I thought it was a great gimmick
that
myself.
was a great little thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember it 45 years later.
Yeah.
So it had to be something, right?
I mean, I used to have to sit over there, and we had 3 channels, and they just sit watching the news, flip it over. We go to WITN, then we go to WNCT, then you go to CTI.
You were the remote control.
I was the remote control,
Yeah.
and then when the
My
evening
daughter can
news
tell you
come
all
on,
about that.
when the evening news come on, it was Chet Huntley and David Brinkley, and then
The
Walter
Huntley Brinkley
Cronkite.
report.
Yep.
First time that we saw that I can remember seeing Huntley Brinkley, my dad was in there and he's watching, and it just come on because he loved to watch the news anyway.
Yeah.
Dave, that's David Brinkley.
Yep.
He said he was in my shop class at New Hanover High School, and and he went and he found a picture which I've got somewhere with that shop class that he was in, and Brinkley was in it. They had a reunion one time and he went to the reunion. So and Brinkley
I
was
love
there.
David Brinkley.
Brinkley used to come see his mama in Wilmington way back when. She was getting on in age, of course, in the 70s, but he would show up 70s and 80s.
Well, I remember when he was commentator, when Clinton got elected the first time, and
is
the
that right?
mics were still hot.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I know
Oh,
you.
yeah. Oh,
And
was-
he said what he said. That was it.
Mm-mm.
You can't say that. Well, we're not on there. Well, yes, we
Yes,
are.
we are. There's a microphone there. You better be believing it's on the air. Could be.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Our military has called it self-defense moves, and we launched attacks against Iranian boats and missile launch sites this weekend. We're in a ceasefire with them, right? Except for things like self-defense and preventative maintenance. As the president awaits on Iran to move forward with a peace deal, it became clear that waiting forever while Iranian forces gather their wits to ramp up for additional strikes against us in countries all around Iran, and for anticipated strikes against U.S. warships protecting commercial shipping through the Strait of Hormuz is not part of any ceasefire plan. Those are not part of the plan. This is my commentary. That's what I think. In conjunction with the preemption strikes, Israel went after the terrorist group we know as Hezbollah during terrorist buildups in Lebanon. So they're doing the same thing. Before you get all fired up about the U.S. attacks, our intel, along with other intel sources, picked up 2 Iranian small boats laying additional mines in the Strait of Hormuz. So those 2 little boats are no longer. Boom. I don't have a problem with that. During that operation, while they were there, they saw a launch site for surface-to-air missiles. Those are called SAMs, and they took it out. It's an active launch site. Why would you not go the little extra distance and do what you got to do? Great Britain has ships and men standing by once again. They're going to locate and destroy all those mines that the Iranians have continued to deploy throughout the shipping channel. They know where they are, and for a fee, they will lead the ships through the minefield. No. It's best to just clear the field and then take out the people putting the mines out there. The Iranian Navy is pretty much decimated. They're using small boats to do jobs of bigger ships. And we're taking those out too. Given what U.S. and Israeli intelligence operations have discovered, the rogue leaders in Tehran never stopped the criminal act of producing enriching uranium to make weapons with it. All the way back to 2015, they said they were not going to do it. And our intelligence people said, yes, they are. They haven't stopped. But they said, we're not going to do it, but we're not going to let you come in here and inspect us either. And then we said, okay. So for 10 years, they've been doing this. I don't know how much. Our intelligence people do not know how much, how many products that they have constructed with the uranium that they've had for years and years and years. It's a process to enrich it. Assuming that they've got somebody smart enough to do it, which they have. Then they're building small devices. They're not building a big bomb. They have no way to deliver a big bomb except close to their homes. They don't have any long-range missiles, but they've been working on them. Getting rid of their submarines means that they cannot travel to within range of the United States coastline. If they build a big ship, we can see those. They're submarines. We've got intel that they don't have them operational anymore. You know, their Navy's pretty well kaput. Can they get those devices here? Yeah, in small quantities, scattered all across the country. If they want suitcases, that little Pelican cases that I've got around here, you can pack a small device in there that will kill tens of thousands of people in a city. Like New York or Los Angeles, they can go to these places and create more hate and discontent.
Right.
And, you know, come down, getting that device into Canada and coming across the border, as did the hijackers did in 2001. They didn't fly directly to the United States. They flew into Canada and drove down. Rent a car.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So where, you know, what do you do to fight that kind of people? You have to go to the source. You're not going to catch all of them, and it only takes one getting through to have a talk about mass casualty. It only takes, if they send a dozen with a dozen little devices, and we catch 11 of them, that's not good enough. It's not good enough. We've got to catch them all or prevent them from ever getting here. That is easier than to try to track down 12, is to go to the source and eliminate it. Now, if they want to keep their people inside that cave, that multi-layered, deep undercover bunker that they're producing this stuff in, it's okay, because we're going to close it off. One day we're going to close it off. If their people are in there, that's on you.
Absolutely.
And if it goes boom, 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 and some of that stuff gets, I mean, you know, you're going to have a nasty death on your hands, even if you survive the explosion. Are these people willing to have a doomsday? You know what doomsday is? That's where they do not mind having a major event going, catastrophic events going throughout the world. If something looks like a nuclear device has gone off in the United States, what are we going to do? We're going to attack Russia. Russia's going to then in turn with missiles, shoot at us. This is like a doomsday situation. These people do not care if they have to start their entire civilization over again. They've done it for eons. They're going to continue doing it. They understand that most of them, if not all of them, are going to die. They don't care. They have a mentality. They have a better cause, a greater cause. That's what they're looking for. They can start again. They ride horses now. They don't really care. I mean, they can move with a handful, small numbers of people, and to start their civilization all over again for the next 50 years. They're not looking at today. We look at today mostly. We don't plan for the future. Has he written anything else that I can blast him on?
No,
Next slide remarks.
I'm just reading. There were some more posts made in reference to
Call us,
the
people.
Memorial Day observance yesterday, referring to the lack of leaders in our community being there. I'll just put it that way.
Well, one or two are out of the country or out of the area.
Yeah, I knew that. Yes.
I don't know where the others were. I'm not sure what their plans are. I know that they attend a whole lot of events, a lot of ribbon cuttings, a lot of this, a lot of things on basically what you would call their own time. Elected officials do not have any work schedules. They have to be at the meetings. That's what's required. But they generally do show up at all sorts of events where there are people gathered, and they have been very, very genuine and very dedicated to events like the Beirut Memorial, any times of observations. They've been very dedicated. I will tell you that. I don't know why they were not at the event yesterday. Do not know.
Do not know either. I know, like you said, I know that there were some that one left country, another one was out of state.
Yeah.
And I do know that one of our city councilmen I talked to yesterday, they were on their way out of town, family things, and it's a whole. I do not know. I know I was there.
Do we? Well, here was a question for you. Now, these guys are elected. They don't make any money of any consequence, you know. They don't make enough money to put gas in your truck one time in a year.
Oh, man, I've got to get gas too. My light's on.
There's another one. Oh, the light ain't on. I got plenty.
It's like 32 miles left.
I have a former county commissioner right there in my neighborhood. Love him. I mean, known him all my life. And I remember him saying one time, he said, you get invited to so many events. So many
things, right?
He said, you can't make them all. He said, but if you get invited and you don't show up, he said, you're the worst thing that ever happened. He said, and I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about all elected officials. He said, it's a tough situation because you do get invited.
I see both sides.
You do get invited to a lot of things that we want you to come. And he said, it got to the point you had to pick and choose.
Well, let me ask you,
and I understand that.
On the other side of the ones that are disappointed, it was Memorial Day.
Yeah.
We live at a military base, and I think the general consensus was there was no one. And on each board, you have 7 members, correctly?
Correct.
One could have represented the whole board. I'm just telling you what the others are saying, but you know, this is a military base.
Yes, I understand that.
So there's two sides. I know a lot of people were disappointed. I do not know the reason why there was no representation. I know that there was representation for our congressman. And I do know that the North Carolina State Auditor was there. He came down from Raleigh. And he's been at a lot of stuff lately. But do not know the situation.
Our state representatives, I'm talking about those in Raleigh, it's hard for them to get to everything, and a lot of them
100 counties.
A lot of them will pick something that's local in Raleigh because they got other things to do with their lives. A lot of them will go to bigger cities, anywhere that they can get a gathering of people that, after all, they are elected.
Yeah,
the people make choices. Does it hurt them in future elections if they don't show up when they're invited to something? I don't know. Should it? Is that an indication of that they cannot do the job that we really want them to do?
Oh, no.
I mean, I will look at, if I hired Tim to drive a truck from here to Greensboro and bring it back. But, you know, by the way, Tim, there's a little luncheon over there today. And the company needs to be represented. Can you just pull in there for lunch while you're there and let them know who you are? You know, show the colors. Jimmy's question, well, what are they serving? But it's like,
All right.
do we expect him to do that? We've hired. He's not going to be on the clock when he's over there doing this.
Especially if you're paying me by the mile.
Should he be required to do this?
I will say on the other flip of the coin
I understand.
that if you run to be an elected official,
Yes.
there are things that are expected of you,
Mhm.
and that, and I will say that the city council and the county commissioners, you always see them out, and they're doing it on their own dime. They're not getting paid for it,
Yep.
but it is expected of you to show up at important things.
I've seen.
And
A lot
I
of
will tell
important
you,
things.
I've seen them most every type of function that we've had.
So we can call this a fluke.
Say it probably was a fluke
Something.
because I would think that maybe each board might try to get at least one person to represent them all.
If you want a suggestion,
Don't know what happened,
If-
and it is what it
if
is.
you want old folk, it's water over that dang old dam right now. It's over. That
Right.
part's done with. But can there be a lesson learned? Or perhaps what they could do is for events like this, work with staff. Tell me what events are coming up for the next year. And then at a council meeting, at a commission meeting, one day, at the beginning of the year or whenever, you all have a group and you lay out, here are the events that are
Right.
happening. One of us needs to be there. At least one of us needs to be there. Can we make assignments now? Volunteers.
Well, I
Who
will
wants
tell
to do
you-
this, and this, and then let's figure out somebody. We need to be at this.
I will
event.
tell you that Memorial Day happens every year. So that's a given.
Yeah, but it changed the dates every year.
Rayford, it happens every year, just like Thanksgiving.
Well, they're supposed to be somewhere. on
Guarantee
Thanksgiving
you
too?
they're at the dinner table Thanksgiving. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't yell at me.
Here we go.
Just messing.
There goes your garbage pickup for the next 6 weeks.
Yes.
No garbage pickup. My red light's gone. No, I mean, I do not know why they weren't there. And it could have been that all 14 of them were in another country on vacation.
They're
I
not.
don't know.
But
But I know there's been a lot of talk.
That's then. All of that is, we ain't going to change that.
No.
But if I was in their shoes now, I would take a serious look at it. Not get defensive. There's nothing to defend.
Right.
You don't have to be there. There's no law requiring it. But maybe y'all want to consider sitting down at some point in time with a list of everything that is going to be coming up, that you know is going to be a lot of people there, that is an event such as Memorial Day or whatever. Beirut Memorial, we know how important that is, the celebration, remembrance. But
So who would be in charge of that?
Well, that would be whoever's in charge of the county commissioners and whoever's in charge of the city
Okay.
council,
All
the
right.
mayor and his chairman.
Ooh.
They don't assign them. You look for volunteers
Right.
first. Who wants to go here? Who wants to do this and
Right.
this and this? And just go. But, it might need to be a sort of an organized type thing.
Right. And like you said, it was probably just a fluke because I've always known,
Yeah.
particularly some of them,
Yep.
by name that are at every single function there is.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know how
doesn't
they
mean
do
that
it.
others can't go, but I mean, there should
Right.
be one to say, yeah, I will be the designee.
I will take it, Rayford, that it was just a fluke. Fell through the cracks.
Charlie, you're back.
I was there.
Yeah, this is going to be my last call. So I was
Uh-huh.
Googling Onslow, North Carolina.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought you guys lived up near some sort of mountainous regional area.
We told
You guys live on the beach, right? There's 30
Yes.
miles of beach line where you guys live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys live in a beautiful community.
Yeah,
I
we-
had
it
this
is
weird.
We like it.
We're trying to keep it that way.
Yeah.
So
don't move over here.
You might want to stop your podcast. You don't want people moving. It's actually
No.
really beautiful. I'm learning about your community. Anyway, that's it. So maybe don't podcast where you live. Anyway,
We have borders.
Nah. We have
borders.
security
We have
details.
gators.
We have security details. out
We
there.
have our U.S. Marines out there. They're our border.
And we feed the gators. The
We feed the
wildlife,
gators,
the
yeah.
wildlife folks do not like it, but we feed the gators.
Yeah,
Well, you talk about
Dissidents.
gators. Did you hear about the married tourist found stabbed to death in a crocodile-infested river? This was in South Africa. Their bodies were found. Ernst Mariah, 71, and his wife Dina, 73, were found with multiple stab wounds in their hands, bound behind their backs early Friday, and thrown into the river at Kruger National Park. It was tourists that found them. Said the slain couple had trekked more than 1,100 miles from their retirement village to spend the week at the famous park.
Didn't work out too good.
And they
did it?
believe what had happened was both had been stabbed in what was clearly a brutal attack and been thrown into the river crocodiles. And they believe that it had to do poachers. On poachers
Who don't want to be caught.
who probably, and they probably, whatever, they probably saw them doing something anyway. They believe that the poachers did that. They killed them, stabbed them, sliced them up, and threw them in with the crocodiles. Yeah. Could you imagine being out there on vacation, going through a national park, and you come across something like that? Bodies in the river?
That's why I stay home.
Oh. Yeah, they dumped them in the water.
I stay home.
Okay. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday. And who do we have tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have
Dr. Rose.
Dr. Rose.
Is she? We have a representative. I'm gonna say, I believe she's a captain. Gofarb from the Salvation Army, probably along with Royce Bennett. Usually comes in because he's chairman of the board there, amongst being a county commissioner. And then we can find out where he was yesterday. Just kidding. I know Royce was out of town. I already knew that. Yeah, they're going to be talking about a special event that they have coming up. And Salvation Army is a really good organization here in Onslow County. They've helped a lot of people, and we need to continue to support them.
No, I agree with that.
Yes. Agree. So,
Okay, I think I've said everything I need to say.
Yes.
I'll be headed up to Morehead City tomorrow.
Can I?
That's about me.
How much you going cost to ship me up there with you, and then take me somewhere and pick me up and bring me back?
I'd have to get you on the insurance, but they may allow it.
I got my own
In fact,
insurance.
He can sign a disclaimer.
Yeah. In fact, I got an air ride passenger seat. I'm the only one in the fleet that
air
has
ride?
an air ride passenger seat.
Oh, I'd be asleep.
I'd be sound asleep. Wouldn't I?
Oh yeah, it's nice.
I do
You-
love
you
sleeping.
love-
I
you-
do love sleeping
I
with
tell you
somebody
what,
I can trust.
I give you. I mean, much as you've traveled, I could put that, and I'm more carefree and loader up there.
I got a
I could
passport,
put you
too.
in the passenger seat of that Anthem Mac,
I got
and
a-
you would really enjoy
I
it.
got a trip card too.
That's all you need to get in there. Got to have a pass to get on the bike. I got to go on the base to get it, but I got to carry it
that's
to Morehead
right.
City. But
Maybe you could
I can
get my TWIC card certified,
get it certified.
so that all I have to do is show it when I go aboard the base.
No, they don't work on the bases anymore.
They don't do it anymore.
Mhm.
Dang.
Cherryport was the last one that I knew of that accepted TWIC cards, and they don't accept them anymore. They are the only thing they're good for. And there was something else we just found out. When you go get a TWIC card, and North Carolina is registered in North Carolina, and you have to register both ports. If I go to Georgia, I have to stop and get it registered to go into to a port in Georgia.
Are we saying twit?
TWIC.
Oh, I thought you were saying a twit card.
TWIC
I said those should be easy to come by.
And you should, and that's what blows. It is a very secure card.
It is.
And used to, it would put you on almost any base in the United States. Almost, not all of them,
Yeah.
but some of them were too secured for that. But when they went away with it and started the D-Bids cards, it kind of faded out. And the first time it ever happened, well, we don't accept TWIC cards anymore. So that's one of the most secure cards you can
I
have.
don't know. It's a Homeland Security issue.
Yeah. I mean, they
You
do
have to
a
get clearance
thorough
from
background
Homeland
check.
Security.
But yeah, I mean, the only place it's good for now is Morehead City Port and Wilmington Port. And the Charleston, I can't go on Charleston Port. So I'm registered to go there.
Right. Say goodbye to him.
Goodbye, Tim.
Goodbye, Gracie.
Goodbye, Gracie.
You're live and local real talk.
Go right ahead with it.
I forgot the rest of it.
Wait, but never woke.
We're awake, but never woke.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
That ought to set Marcus off. Marcus, come back and see us tomorrow.
I wonder what I could do tomorrow to bait him.
It's okay. I mean, he has the right to his opinion. Come see us tomorrow.
They're
Okay.
just like, well, anyway.
I gotta go take a nap.
See you in the morning. Goodbye.